Good morning. It is 6:15 on Saturday. It's race day. The race starts in about an hour 45 minutes. My brother-in-law is coming to pick me up and take me to the track. I'll see you there. All right, it's about 7:20 and I'm going to be starting the race today. Looks like it's about 30 degrees out. It's cold. The race starts at 8, so I actually need to get ready and get suited up and everything. So yeah, probably won't be able to check in before the race starts. Hopefully my stint goes well. Well, I did not drink a second cup of coffee, so that's the equivalent of taking a diet. Okay, I just got out of the car after my first stint it was kind of a madhouse at first. Like, people were doing crazy stuff. People were passing under yellow. I got passed a bunch of times under yellow. So they black flagged the race. Basically kind of yelled at everybody for a while, trying to talk sense into them, because this is an endurance race. It's a 14-hour race, and people were just making crazy moves on the first lap when everybody's tires are cold, nobody's settled in, and we were under yellow for a really long time. Cars were crashing left and right. Like, I think we were under yellow during 2 sessions, or you know, 2 sessions under yellow for many laps, and cars were like breaking down and crashing during the yellow. But anyway, I started putting in really good lap times. I ended up putting in a 151.2 or something like that, which you know, for me was over 2 seconds faster than my practice yesterday. So I felt really good about that. A car spun in front of me and I almost hit him. A car right in front of me went off in turn 1 and hit the wall really hard. All sorts of crazy stuff happened. And the damn GoPro stopped working. So I don't know how much of the footage I got except for the rear view. So I'm hoping that I got the good stuff. Probably the best moment was there was a faster Miata behind me, and on the back straight, and technically I don't think you're allowed to do this in ChampCar, but he gave me a bump draft, meaning that he was behind me, he came up right behind me, and I motioned for him because I've seen it done on YouTube, and he bumped into the back of me to give me more speed, and he did that 3 or 4 times. So we made a little like aerodynamic train, which increased the top speed down the straight for both of us. So that was really fun. So I'm gonna calm down a little bit and maybe get something to eat and chill out, and then kind of see what the strategy is looking like for the rest of the day. What a rush. You know, I do feel like there were too many cars out there, and I think it's a problem with this event that they put almost 100 cars in it, because this kind of stuff was bound to happen, and all these yellow periods really like take away from your time racing. But all said and done, I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun, and I'm excited to do another stint later.
Good, you can tighten your here.
Richard says that a piece of the car fell in his lap while he was driving. So we're gonna bring him in and take a look and see if we can refasten whatever it is. I think it's a bolt that fell out of the car. We think it might be for the roof latch. There does look to be something in the door. Yeah, there's something in the door.
That's the guy? Yep. All right, sit back. Don't make it way easier. Can you do it from where you're at?
Maybe we can get some Loctite on those before the next race.
Get ready, Richard!
off the wheel too hard, Richard.
Nice. Way to go, Richard! All right, Richard went off. Okay. Richard went off in turn 1. We need him to be out another couple of minutes before his stint's over. We don't know if there's any damage to the car, but we'll see what happens. So hopefully everything's okay. Dave's about to go in. As long as the car's okay, Dave should do well. Okay, latest development. Richard was nearing the end of his stint, like within the last 10 minutes, and he went into turn 1 too hot. He said he might have just forgotten to get on the brakes when he got to his braking zone. We think there was probably another car around when it happened. Anyway, he was going too hot and he went off the track and into the wall. Luckily, the damage looks to be mostly cosmetic, although he did knock off the side mirror, which you know, if we're just passing people, what do we need that for? But otherwise, it looks like the car is okay mechanically. Dave is out there now. And yeah, you know, it could have been a lot worse. And Richard was putting in really good lap times. Unfortunately, you know, if you lose a minute or whatever when you go off the track, that kind of negates a lot of the better lap time. So but you know, nothing we can do about it now. We're just gonna have to, you know, get back out there and see what we can do. We are not even halfway through the race at this point. It is 12:14. So yeah, we're 4 hours into a 14-hour race. Dude did not hesitate to. Wait, what's he spraying? Is that a fire extinguisher?
Yeah.
Okay. Just a little guy.
He Ricky Bobbied it, man. I'm on fire. I'm on fire.
Damn. All right, we've got about 15 minutes left in Dave's stint, a little bit more than that, maybe 20 minutes. Everything's going well for him. There was a fire out there, so they red flagged the session. It wasn't a big fire, the car didn't burn down or anything, but the car had an engine fire. So they had everybody pull off to the side and stop. So that was interesting. Otherwise, his stint's been pretty uneventful. He's had a couple of laps in the 149s, which is impressive. That's a couple seconds faster than I was doing. So yeah, it's looking good so far. Justin's about to get in the car. All right, quick update. It's a little after 3 o'clock, so Justin is halfway into his stint. GoPro failed in the car for him again. The Hero 4, it just won't charge for some reason. I don't know if the battery's going bad or what, but that really stinks. But worse than that, Justin reported that the gauge was saying no oil pressure, which obviously would be very, very bad. But that's our secondary gauge that we have mounted. The Mazda factory gauge is still showing pressure, so we think it's an issue either with the other sensor or with the gauge itself, so hopefully it's okay. I'm gonna be up next, so if everything goes well, I'll be getting in the car in a little under an hour or just about an hour. I'll be out as we transition from you know, light to dark. You know, knock on wood, but so far the weather is looking really good. It's really crazy if you look at a weather map. This weather system that was like guaranteed to hit us has magically split in two and gone around the Atlanta area somehow. So I'm really happy about that. You know, if I could do both of my stints when it's dry out, I would just be thrilled, but I'm gonna assume that it's gonna rain. So anyway, yeah, probably next time I see you, I'll be in the car. Okay, first to debrief from my second stint. It started raining right as I headed out, and it only got worse from there. It was terrifying in moments. There were lots and lots and lots of crashes. I had fun for little short bits when there weren't other cars around, but the pace was so slow. We had no grip. Some other cars seemed to have a lot more grip than we did. Made up a bunch of positions, I guess. Like, we were up to 20th overall, which, you know, is pretty good. And then Dave got in the car and it started snowing hard. And you were out there for 10 laps or something. And we just decided it's not worth it. You know, too dangerous. Like, already a lot of cars were crashing, and at that point it's not even fun. We're not racing for a trophy or anything, so we threw in the towel. And as we were leaving, I think it's a good thing, because the roads are bad, like real bad already. North Georgia is not equipped for dealing with snow. They're not going to come out here and salt and plow, and it's hilly, so hopefully we'll make it home without incident. I don't think there's any really steep stuff on the way there. And this kind of happened with Road Atlanta last year. Anyway, so that was the day. It's 7 o'clock. The race was supposed to go on for 3 more hours. I'm sure they're gonna call it early. But yeah, you know, I did get one dry stint, and that was super fun. It was as good as I imagined it would be. But we're just cursed with bad weather luck with these races. So yeah, that's gonna wrap it up. Thank you for watching. See you next time.